Got him, Aaron. Big fish.
Big fish? This is today on Uncut Angling. We're drilling a ton of holes across this basin here, and we're hammering fish this side.
Oh, look at that thing. Woo!
And then after the crappies in the second half, we're fishing for freshwater drum today, and we're not bottom fishing, we're cranking them up. Stick around. Bye-bye. Yes! This is Uncut Angling. Thanks for tuning in. This program is part entertainment and part education, with some ridiculous. We are hot on YouTube and Facebook. Please join us on there for the latest. I'm Aaron Weeb, the host. We got Jay Siemens doing a lot of the camera work and a fleet of other contributors working with us to give you the goods on whatever bites we're chasing. We don't script our shows and we don't stage hook sets. Strip our passion right down and it's exactly the same as yours. Unscripted, unstaged, uncut. This is Uncut Angling. Uncut Angling is proudly partnered with Alumacraft Fishing Boats, Humminbird Electronics, Minn-coated trolling motors, Shimano reels, G Loomis rods, Power Pro line, and Jackal lures. Is this about where you want to start?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You want to drill some holes and then I'll follow in behind you and check the depth and clean the holes and see if we mark some fish?
Sure, I'll drill all the holes, Mike.
Well, you always do.
That
so
kind of seems like a normal trip with Mike.
It's your auger today.
Hey Aaron, do you want to drill all the holes?
Aaron, would you like to drill all these holes? Because
sure, Mike. Do you want to follow with me with the flasher and catch any easy biters that mark right away?
I would like to catch a big slab instantly. Like, soon as I mark one, I want to catch one. We're just going to cover the basin here today.
Just drill until we mark something.
Yeah. Get at her.
How deep's that?
It's 30 feet.
30?
See a flicker here every once in a while, so I'm thinking that there's a fish just outside the cone angle. We'll see if I can bring him in to my lure. Oh, and look at that. There we go. It shouldn't take long. Got him. Got him, Aaron.
Yeah, buddy.
And there was another one down there, so maybe get your rod ready.
We've been fishing here for what? 10 seconds? Is there more? Should I go? Big.
Okay, we got a slab here, boys. Woo! Yes, Aaron. Oh, look at that thing. Is that a beautiful fish? Is there more down there? Oh, you got him.
He lifted me. I feel pretty foolish. That is a big fish, Mike.
Let's let that one go.
And let this one come up. I just kept drilling holes all along this mud flat here. We got 30 foot in this part of the lake before it drops off into 50, 60 feet on the main part of the lake. If we weren't coming into fish yet, we'd be drilling holes way farther apart just to try and find some activity here, because we got a huge flat here. Like, this is all the same depth as far as you can see. The fact that we're on fish here means that we don't really need to move outside of this area at all, probably the rest of the day.
Well, not right now anyways, because you've been drilling and I've been checking, and we've got fish in the area, and we'll keep fishing these fish until we don't find any more. Come on, buddy.
How is he not eating you?
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
This one's gonna eat it.
You can tell those marks. They start as flickers and they get bigger and bigger red. Right now, Mike's got a big red mark on him.
Obviously, he doesn't want what I'm presenting to him, but
Look at all those fish.
you better go down.
I'm gonna go?
Yeah. Drop down in the same hole, see if we can, oh, there we go. Oh, yes.
Heavy?
Decent.
I'm just gonna hold the flasher to the side. You take your fish out, I'm going right back down.
Yeah.
Big, Mike.
Oh,
big,
geez,
big,
there's
big,
a pig. Now we're talking slab. Oh, look at that thing. Woo! That is a hog, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I worked him and worked him.
You
and
did.
Finally he came up and ate it.
Right there, if you were using a smaller bait, one of those smaller fish on the screen would have eaten it, and he wouldn't even had a chance at this big fish.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 16 inches all day long.
Oh my God.
Shot up like 16 million.
Look at that other one. Oh, he's gonna hit you. There
Yep.
you go.
There it is. Oh, yes!
When you're looking for a fishing boat, you want a boat that's tough, stylish, and has incredible fishability. Whether you're fishing large bodies of water, small inland lakes, or rivers, Alumacraft builds a boat with you and your family in mind. Alumacraft. It's what fishing is all about.
This time I'm not gonna tell Aaron when there's fish, and I'm just gonna catch him and let him keep drilling. No fish. One flicker down at 16. Oh, okay. There's no fish here, Aaron. Oh, this shouldn't take long. Oh, look at that. Here he comes. There's no fish here, Aaron. Don't worry about it. You just keep drilling, buddy.
I see a bent rod. Is it big?
It's
Not coming up the hole.
No, it's not.
Get out of the way. I want to put my jig down. That's a nice crappie.
That's a beauty.
You said there were more down there?
Yeah.
Boom.
Nice.
Nice one. Yeah, oh yeah, there's more. They weren't there right away, and as soon as I got my jig down, they started to come back into the cone.
Oh,
now his friend's gonna come.
Here comes his buddy, and he's eating it. No!
Yes!
Woo-hoo! Yes!
That is so cool.
Competition between buddies down there, and it's probably going to be a good one.
It is a great one, Mike.
Look at that one!
These huge crappies are just the norm out here. And it's no mistake, this lake has all sorts of forage. It's got big smallies, it's got big walleyes, and it's also got monstrous crappies. I'm gonna get this one back in the water. Mike's gonna probably catch one in the meantime. Nice. This spot we're fishing here is just a big mud flat at the mouth of all these spawning bays. And these crappies don't make a big movement. You got a huge lake with all sorts of real deep water, and these fish travel less than a mile probably all year as they just come out onto this flat.
Are you kidding me?
I can't believe you didn't eat that. We're really working as a team here. We'll drill 40 holes if we have to before we
There
mark
we
fish.
go. He'll eat it now. Got him.
We got
Got
fish
him.
marking here. So Mike stopped to whack a couple. Feel good?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, look at the body on that fish. Hog City.
Just clobbered it. It's amazing how his mood changed when you jigged below him and then you came back above him and... Okay.
Double.
Mine is anywhere near yours. We've got a sweet...
Oh.
Itty bitty.
Oh, sorry.
You upsized
Big
me, Mike.
Fish Schamber does it again. I know way she goes. Woo!
There is two there.
Yes. Oh.
3.
Here he comes.
Take it from him.
Take it. Oh, here he comes. And there he
Yeah,
is.
buddy.
Yes.
Wow, are they ever coming through in schools?
All right.
This is no onesie twosie stuff. We are getting
Ooh.
multiple
There's
fish
a
here.
nice. It's a drag puller. Oh my God, that's a monster. Oh. Oh my God.
Look at the big humpback on that guy. Mike's gonna drop down and get another one. This has been probably the hot bait of the day for both of us here. Me and Mike have both been using this in different colors. A plastic that Mike picked up when he was down in Arizona. And it's made by Lake Fork, right?
Correct.
It's segmented on the back here. It's kind of a hybrid between a typical minnow body bait and one of the new age plastics that's got that bob tail on it. So I can just hold it still, or I can try to hold it still, and that tail's jiggling the whole time. And I've also got the minnow profile, which has just been so deadly over the years for these big crappies.
And the other thing, Aaron, is just the size of it, you know? Like, we like to go with bigger baits for the crappies that we fish because we're after big fish. We're fishing suspended fish mostly. The fish are active, and typically on active big fish, you might as well have the biggest lure possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus you got multiple fish on the screen here. We're plucking the biggest fish out of the school. At this point here, you can see we don't even have the scale set so we can see the bottom. We're in about 30 feet here on this part of the mud flat. And Mike's keyed in where he's been marking the fish all day suspended. And he doesn't even care how deep it is anymore. He's just working his jig in that zone.
There we go.
Boom!
Did you see the attitude of that fish change like instantly?
What'd you do, just lift it up away from him?
Yeah. He's big.
Nice. Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, he's got a bunch of buddies, huh?
He does.
And you gonna get that one?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this one.
Okay, get that
Just
one.
flickering. You can see it's going green, and as it approaches me, it's gonna turn big time red, intercept me. There we go. We got red,
There
Mike.
you go.
So predictable.
I was just gonna say too predictable. Ooh, that one's fighting good.
As they say, sans small.
Oh my God! Look at the size of this one, Aaron. Oh, look at that! Way to go, buddy!
Yes! Woo! Big crappie. Look at how deep that is.
Wow, look at the size of that.
Huge bait in the top of his mouth there. That is a
Oh,
huge
look at
fish.
that.
I'm gonna plop him back in here. Oh. You can see the way he left me here. My jig's hanging in a really unnatural position, and all that's changed is the knot swiveled around to the top of the hook there. So if I just swivel it back like we do after every single fish, have it straight up and down or a little bit favoring the back, and once this is in the water, it's gonna sit perfectly horizontal. It makes all the difference.
Oh yeah, and you know how little details like that make such a big difference to catching big fish or no fish at all. And
Oh, there's another fish. This
Yeah.
one's going good. He followed his bait down, now he's coming back up with it. Okay, here comes 3, 2, 1. Feel big?
this one feels really good, Aaron.
They're all good, Mike. Okay, yeah, it's big. It's
You
big.
got him?
Yeah.
Okay, I got him. Oh yes!
What a way to end the day, basically. I mean, we've been getting these all day, but this is as bigger than anything we've caught today. That is a true monster crappie. Okay,
wow.
back down.
Yes.
Perfect release, bud.
Awesome.
Woo! Okay. On. Perfect.
I can't even turn.
That's a nice big fish.
Uncut Angling is proudly partnered with Alumacraft Fishing Boats, Humminbird Electronics, Minn Kota Trolling Motors, Shimano Reels, G Loomis Rods, Power Pro Line, and Jackal Lures.
I know, what am I supposed to say?
Today on Drum Cut Angling.
Hey, I heard you were a wild drum. We are on a freshwater drum hunt this week. I got my good friend Dylan Beck with me on the show today.
Best friend, Dillon Beck.
A guy I know named Dylan Beck today on Uncut Angling. We're hunting big drum, and we've been kind of doing this for the last few days. We've met in the middle. Dylan's from Gillam, Manitoba. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and you got these two inland seas basically between us, Lake Winnipeg, Lake Manitoba.
Huge bodies of water.
Fairly underfished overall. They've got rivers all around them which present a lot of angling opportunities, especially in the spring, and it draws all sorts of drum in.
Oh, they're heavy in here. We've tried different techniques.
Mostly bottom fishing.
Mostly bottom fishing, yeah, using shrimp and worms and minnows. But we really got dialed in on a different technique than most people use and found that it's the best bite we've had using crankbaits. So that's basically what we're gonna do today.
We've got these fish drawn to the current, and they're gonna be up and down this river. Not so much in the lake at this time of year,
And you get any kind of a dam, a breakwater, any obstruction in the river, and it's going to create some really ideal fishing spots that have crazy concentrations of bait fish and drum, right?
You could catch drum all throughout this faster water, but they're just stacked so thick in the eddies because that's where all the small bait fish is. The slacker moving water, it's easier for the bait fish to swim in.
Exactly. You've actually got minnow catchers that are using these eddies right now to catch minnows and sell minnows all across the province, all across the prairies, and that's why the drum are in there also, using it as a
It's like easy fast food for fish.
It's exactly like that.
Like McDonald's for fish.
Yeah, like I'll pull you up just a little more and then throw right up into that fast current, right on the corner almost. Nice.
Just gotta wait for it to catch and stick here.
Now we got the boat leveled out here. You can see we're right on the edge of that current seam. We can hold our cranks. We don't even have to do that much casting, or we can do casting, or we can just hold it.
Basically muffin troll it.
What does muffin trolling mean?
Well, you just dangle it out there and let the current do the work.
And the muffin part?
That's what I've always called it.
We can flick into the eddy or down this way. Do you want black or purple, Dylan?
Black.
All black?
You know that.
Okay, here's my first cast. Dylan's in already. Working out the back of the boat in this eddy. We got water changing directions, all sorts of different current speeds. Dylan's on.
First cast.
That is awesome.
Look at that.
This fish is peeling line on Dylan.
These big fish in this current, sometimes you can't even turn them.
He has that crank munched. Okay, this is actually a really big drum. The beauty of fishing with a buoy on the anchor is I'm just gonna pop that off, unclip it, throw all that rope and the buoy in the water, and then we can move downstream with this fish. This way we're not gonna put too much force on those hooks. As that fish runs downstream, we're gonna catch up with it and scoop it with a net and go from there. He's got it right down in his mouth though, eh?
Yeah.
Looks like the kids have one there on shore too.
Isn't that so great seeing kids? We've been watching them for a little bit and they're just absolutely hammering them offshore. Big roll, big roll.
Big drum.
Nice one.
Oh yeah.
Yes!
Oh.
That's a lot better than your average drum.
That's a nice big fish. Hammered that crank. Not what you normally see.
Yeah, really. And not bad for what we were fishing for a minute. First cast of the day.
First cast for Dylan there. Big, beautiful drum. Just gonna get him right back in the water. What an amazing first fish. Big, old. Come on, buddy. There he goes.
Not bad for a first fish, eh?
Not bad. I got that buoy up there still. We're just gonna go right back up, tie on, and
Yeah, we've drifted quite a ways.
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
have to leave, do I?
Yeah, let's go.
Hi, my name is Ken Kansas. I'm a fisheries biologist at the province of Manitoba. Catch-release fishing has come a long, long way. It needs to go further. We need to realize there's so much more to it than just putting that fish back in the water. I see it lots in the wintertime. People catch a fish, they're cold, fish drops on the ice, it's flopping away, the wind's coming, people are warming their hands up, the fish's eyes are freezing. Get your together, man! You gotta have your release tools, your gloves and everything going. Get that hook out of the fish's mouth. You're gonna have to take a picture, shelter that fish from the wind, get that fish back in the water as soon as possible. Eyes do freeze. It's cold, but I got eyelids. Fish don't have eyelids. So the goal is to release these fish right, properly. Not just to watch it swim away, but there's a realistic chance that fish can be caught again one day.
Lake of the Woods, Ontario guide Sean McGaughey boated this beautiful tiger muskie this past August on a Dadson blade bait bucktail. 24 hours later, 1 mile away on the same Dadson bucktail, Sean boated the unmistakable fish again for a different client.
Double header. Go over me, Dylan, over me. You got a decent size one. I think mine's gonna be a lot
How
bigger.
can it get any better than this?
Uncut Angling is proudly partnered with Alumacraft fishing boats, Humminbird Electronics, Minn Kota trolling motors, Shimano reels, G Loomis rods, Power Pro line, and Jackal lures.
There's fish running into the anchor line.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't.
Dead serious.
No, there's
Would
not.
I lie to you?
Let's go. Just clipping on again here. Dylan, you got that?
Yeah.
Take number 2. Back in the sweet spot here, right above this eddy, kind of alongside it. Like I was saying before, Dylan hooked up with that fish. Here's your weapon, Dylan.
So rudely hooked up to that monster.
That was a nice interlude. Nice big drum. We got current ripping in all different directions, which actually makes bait fishing really hard because it lifts your weight up as the boat's swiveling back and forth. So a Rapala like this, working in the current, diving down and thumping those rocks, hitting the different current is actually a lot better way to target those fish. And we got a really thin line. It's helping get these wraps down to 7-8 feet in this current. A lot of people think that that current is going to help that bait dive really deep, but it almost maxes out the bait and brings it up higher in the water column. Dillon's got another one.
Hooked up.
It almost works against you in terms of diving down really deep like that. So the most important thing is that really thin line with the Power Pro.
Hey, I heard you were a wild drum. This one's smaller. Even the smaller ones in this, find them in this current, they just feel so huge.
Double header. Go over me, Dillon, over me.
Are you under me?
Yep. Oh.
I don't think so, no. We've been fishing for, what, 20 minutes?
And the fish are so stacked up in here that we're popping double header drum on crankbaits. This is awesome, Dillon. You got a decent sized one. I think mine's gonna be a lot bigger.
How can it get any better than this?
It couldn't. Should we pop that buoy and go pick up the cameraman?
I'm just gonna pop this one out here. This is one fish of the double header. I'm sure his is at least twice as big. This is smaller than the average size we've been catching, but it's still nice.
You want to net him on this side right here, Dillon?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Another one.
Second half of this double header here.
Just another nice wide 24, 25 incher.
And there he goes. Hey, Dillon, let's get those cranks back in, bud.
Crank up another couple.
Fish?
No. Was a fish. Was a bite at least. Nope. Just another picker rig.
Nice. Another one for the collection there, Dillon.
How many have we picked up already? Look at that.
Here's the grab bag. We've got, I guess we're in a mildly popular fishing spot and people like to bottom fish here. There are some jigs, but mostly pickerel rigs, as Dillon just picked up there. And what we're using is totally different than that. As you can see, that crankbait, quite an active bait in comparison. Here's the minnows that live here. You can see the profiles on the lure we're using, and the minnows here is almost identical, except rather than having these minnows skewered onto a pickerel rig, laying on the bottom, the fish having to come up, pick it up, and drag that weight around, now we've got our bait shimmering in the current, just the same way these minnows would be shimmering in the current, except ours is a bigger, flashier option. And that's why we're keying in on bigger fish, because we've seen them catch a bunch of drum offshore here, and they've all been eating size, if that is possible for drum. Look at you here, all tangled up.
You gonna get that for me?
Yeah, you want to just cut that? That's a fresh pickerel rig, yeah. It's a lot of valuable components
Probably
on there,
still
Dillon.
usable.
Uncut Angling is proudly partnered with Alumacraft Fishing Boats, Humminbird Electronics, Minn Kota Trolling Motors, Shimano Reels, G Loomis Rods, Power Pro Line, and Jackal Lures.
What do you call a dog with no legs? Doesn't matter, he's not gonna come. Hey, I heard you were a wild drum.